Hey tubes, we're back. Tinkering with the Junkyard truck. So the last video I put an ignition coil in here to see, maybe was that it? It wasn't. So I think our distributor is good. I started thinking, maybe what if I damage the carburetor, because I'm running an Edelbrock electric fuel pump down here. It's rated to run no higher than 7 psi, and this carburetor is meant to run at like 6.5 psi. I don't think running another half over is going to affect anything, but what I wanted to take a look at is maybe prop this choke open and just turn the key and see if it's gushing any fuel. I think it would run a lot worse than it does if that were the case. So I'm hoping nothing's going on in here. I'm thinking, and someone just commented, what's his name, Corey somebody rather. Sorry, I butchered your YouTube name. He was like, oh, maybe fouled spark plugs. Wrong, I do that every time. I put the wrong key. Because I got 2 of these trucks. That's not overflowing with fuel. Let's pull a plug out and see what we got going on. Okay, so number 1 plug. Remember, we made these wires a few months ago. Got the wrong socket. Okay. There we go. Apparently, the 5/8 I had with the rubber boot was not. Is that plug loose? Why, that plug's loose. Well, it's just soaked in gas. So I had one loose spark plug. So this is number 2, I believe that is. Yes, it's number 2 that we just undid. So that's what that one looks like. That one looks pretty good. I can't possibly have carburetor problems. You have to run a lot of fuel pressure to blow the gaskets out on this thing. It's a brand new car. I don't think it's that. I wonder if just one messed up plug that's not firing was messing with the distributor. Looks like I've got 62K ohms. Okay, I adjusted the carbonator. It was adjusted for winter time. I had to turn it in like another turn and a half. I think maybe it was running lean. So I adjusted the carburetor, adjusted the 2 mixture screws, until it started running a little bit smoother, and then we added a little bit of throttle to it. Oh, I just got insurance for this. I need to go grab my cards. Oh. Oh, yeah. So far, it seems normal. And I adjusted it with the AC on, or adjusted the idle with the AC on. Because that's how I like to do things. Well, they got that brick nose running it. So maybe I just needed to do a carburetor adjustment. Yep, it's back to normal. Needed a carburetor adjustment. Yeah, working turn signals in this thing. The horn sometimes. I did have the horn working. Damn it! It got good fuel flow, so it's like, all right. A carburetor adjustment. Okay. I was really hoping, well, I'm thankful it's not my plug wires, because I was thinking I'm gonna have to go buy a set for a Chevy 350 or something. I'm like, I don't want to do that. This needs a steering alignment. I just need a little bit of airflow in here. It's getting hot, but the AC is kind of working. She's coming around. Sort of. Not really. It's kind of gutless right now. Check our timing. There's our overdrive, or what we have left of an overdrive. Okay, I think it's a carb adjustment, but we might, since it's summertime, we'll probably go back and adjust our timing. Adjust our timing, adjust the carburetor. I gotta get a vacuum gauge on it so we can see where that's at, but it looks like this is kind of back to normal. Okay, I'm happy about that. I'm glad it's not something mysterious. So I guess I just needed to tune the carburetor? I don't know. Well, I didn't spend that much money on the ignition parts cannon, so. Oh, there we go. And then early shift. Coming around. Give her the old Italiana tune-up. You know, the catalytic converters could be plugged up too. Come on, transmission, don't you fuck up on me now. This AC's working great in here. Aggressive downshift. Usually around 45 when you let out the gas, it downshifts. Or engine brakes. downshifted once, so it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna downshift again for you. I'm so happy the AC works in this. Here, I'll go a little off-road for you. We'll just check and then ka-plunk. Oh, yep, there we go. I guess it's fixed. Apparently, when you have a carburetor, you need to adjust it once in a while. We'll do an adjustment on the distributor, timing-wise. We might even bump it up a tiny bit, and then readjust the carburetor. And you know, it is summertime, so we need to kind of make some adjustments there. And I want to set this so that when the idle, when it's in gear, the idle is about 950. Yeah. So, anyways, that's it. Although we are in the shade here, it is almost 100 degrees today. Little toasty. Okay, so I don't know where I left off in this video, but I tinkered with this last night and I found the issue. Oh yeah, you know, we did take her for a little test drive and it was a little bit better. So our carburetor here, I had to make some adjustments to it. Now what I thought was weird is how this just all of a sudden acted weird and gradually got worse and worse. And here's what I'm thinking. Because you know, we put this intake and carb in here, and I did not retorque the bolts or anything like that. We're going to do that here right now. I'm going to check the torque on them. But what I think is happening is we might need to retorque these down. We might have a vacuum leak of some sort. And I think what's happening is because this carburetor has 2 metering rods, and I believe they live under these caps here. So what I think is happening is because the metering rods are vacuum driven, so when they're at an idle, pretend these 2 melons here, pretend my hands are the metering rods, okay? Because they're vacuum driven, at an idle they're pulled down, and the metering rods, I think they close off a port, and then the carburetor will run off an idle circuit, so it'll get the right fuel and air mixture at an idle. What I think is happening is there's a possibility that we have a vacuum leak, and what it's causing is for those metering rods to not come down all the way, so they're running rich. So that kind of might explain the rich condition at an idle. Right now it's not really doing that anymore since I adjusted the carburetor, so I'm wondering if I increase the vacuum by upping the fuel mixture, and so now it's running decent and, well, it kind of has its power back. But what I want to do is go ahead and retorque the intake manifold bolts and just make sure that we don't have anything coming loose, because that's, you know, a possibility. How much of these? We'll just check it. Oh no, that's good. I can't really get to those, so okay, I think we're fine. It may just need to throw a vacuum gauge on it and just check the mixture. I was worried I was gonna have to get new plug wires. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll zoom in over here. So over here, I have right here a vacuum reservoir from a Ford Explorer. Putting that in. So what we'll do, we'll take this screw out here, pull that speed clip out, set this right there, and then take the screw and run it to the other side, and it'll go through this hole here. I also had I don't know if I mentioned it. I had my COVID shot today. We'll see how I feel here in a few coming hours. So far I feel fine. I've had that almost an hour and a half ago. It's like I feel fine, and I start twitching. So out of there. And we can. Okay, extension gotta go. Cool. So that's the new vacuum setup. So there. Now you can get rid of this, and there's just one less thing to deal with there. Eventually, well, this'll. I should probably cap that off because this gets power when the AC is going. This used to tell the ECU when to idle up the engine when the AC comes on. I might use that to turn on the electric fan at some point, but we'll see how it does with this guy here. It's factory fan, factory radiator, factory everything, so as long as we put a shroud in there, which I have somewhere in the abyss there. I think I have one.